Beethoven said, what comes from the heart goes to the heart. And that's how I see art. I think if you're open-minded and your heart's open, art has a lot to offer you. I spend a lot of time painting. It's just something that feels really as though it ought to be. I always enjoyed making things and drawing and painting and building things, and so when I started college, there was a lot of pressure not to do art. A lot of people were pushing me to do things where art was related, such as architecture or graphic design or something that was in the field, but it wasn't necessarily art for art's sake. I got asked to move down to Helper in southeastern Utah, serve as an apprentice as I graduated from college, and I ended up staying there for 22 months and working under Dave Dornan, who is a very influential Utah painter. That was the time where I really decided that I was going to do anything that it took to make paintings for the rest of my life. I think my most favorite painting that I've ever done is a large self-portrait that I did, full of the numerous influences in my life up to that point. People that were important and special, or pop culture, you know, Santa Claus and those types of figures. Doing the painting taught me a lot about myself and taught me a lot about, I guess, who I am and who I want to be as a painter. As a young painter, I would continually get asked to paint. You know, people wanted me to paint their loved ones. It was challenging. I got to the point where I thought, well, I can do that. I can paint people's faces, and I can do it pretty well. Why don't I do it the way I want to do it? So I came up with this project, 100 Faces. They're a little lighthearted and they're not so serious, and some are a little more serious. But I essentially wanted to take the figure, the person, out of a space and just kind of make the painting about them. This is one painting out of 100, so it's just a piece in a large puzzle. At this point, the underpainting's been worked in there with a little bit of phthalo green and burnt sienna. It's all sketched out and ready to go. This is a well-known painter standing in front of one of his paintings, referencing another famous painter who inspires him. So this painting will take 1 day's time, and I'll start and finish it in the next 8 hours. I primarily enjoy painting at night. I enjoy being able to just escape. And each painting you do is a very personal sort of journey. I think every painter needs a dog. Sage is my studio mate, I guess is what they say. Just hangs out with me while I paint. We spend every waking hour together. I'm actually doing a painting right now with her in it. She's probably the coolest dog I've ever met. She's probably cooler than most people I know. So the painting's going to speak to you as much as you're going to speak to it. You got to kind of find that zone. You need to kind of listen. It's fun because I feel like what I do is what I did when I was a child. I wanted to stay up late and make drawings, and I do the same thing now. I don't think there's much change between me and my 6-year-old self. Art, I think, is it's kind of like a gift to the world. And the only real way to see the importance of it or the greatness of it is to think of a world without it. And that's not a world you'd want to live in.